Hi everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're all doing well. I never film videos on Saturdays. I feel like when I put a video up on the weekend, it doesn't always do as well as my videos do during the week. I feel like we're all just busy with our families, or when we're watching YouTube or TV at night, we're usually watching it with someone else, so you're not watching beauty videos as much. But I'm trying to film a few extra videos this December. I'm never one to do Vlogmas. I just find the whole idea very intimidating, but I thought I would try to put up a few extra videos in the month of December, maybe just sharing makeup hacks or a new product, or maybe a little vlog or something like that. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And I have some ideas already. I mentioned a few of them in this video, like videos that you might want to see. So you can let me know when I mention them in the comments if there are videos you're interested in, or if there's just anything that you're interested in. Anyways, let me know. I'm always open to video ideas. And if I haven't done the video before, like if I've done the video recently and someone requests something, I'll just direct you to the video that's already out there. But if it's something that I've never done before or something that needs updating, I'll definitely plan on doing that. I've had a couple requests to do my daytime and nighttime skincare routine, and I think I have my winter skincare routine solidly in place. So I'm planning on sharing that. And so anyways, I've got some new to me products. Some are new on the market. Some are just, they've been around for a while and I've been wanting them for a while. So when the sales happened or are happening, I picked up quite a few things. I did shop more for Black Friday this year than I have for any other year. I think that during COVID and then during the 2022, I had a really bad year and I wasn't really interested in makeup and stuff like I normally am, but my love of makeup has come back in full force. So I picked up a lot of items that I've been wanting to try. They're not all brand new, but they're products that I have been seeing other people use and really wishing that I had them. So I'm going to be trying some of those products for you. They should be arriving slowly but surely during the December United States Postal Services calendar. So anyways, oh, Kenny just came in. Hey, Kenny. I'm going to talk a little bit about Kenny. I already filmed this video and did my makeup, so I know that I do talk about my sweet boy. Oh, I just can't get enough of him. I just can't get enough of him. He is like sweetness through and through. My dog Candy was very affectionate and she liked to give kisses and snuggles. And my dog Rosie, she's sweet and I love her very much, but she's very different. She's kind of like a touch me not. She'll be like sitting with me in bed and let me pet her a little bit. And then when I'm done, she'll go curl up in a ball on the other side of the bed. Kind of like me with my husband. I'm only kidding. Well, sort of. Sometimes I can be like that. But anyways, Kenny just loves to be like right on me all the time. And if we look at each other at the same time, he'll kiss me. And yeah, he just loves to follow me around. And he's such a sweet guy. Every time I show him to you, he's very, very calm. I'll have to find some footage or film some footage of him roughhousing with Rosie because it's really sweet to watch. He's just a good boy and it's going really well. So anyways, this is going to be a long video, but it is going to be an absolutely complete face of makeup using newer products or products I'm excited about right now. So let's just jump in and get started. Hi everyone. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is use my Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is one of my favorite foundations. This is a foundation that I've been using as long as I've been using Tint Idol from Lancome, ever since I was like in my 30s. And it's a really amazing foundation. This one is in the shade Ecru, but I can also wear Cool Bone, Vanilla, and Porcelain depending on the time of year. So there's like 4 shades that I can wear. Porcelain is a little bit light, but honestly, by the time I get my bronzer on and my blush and everything, it works just fine. But Ecru is the one I'm using now. I need to get a pump for this one. And what I do is I just tap a little bit of it out, or a lot of it, onto my hand. And I've been taking the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. I learned this on the Estee Lauder website. this tip to do this. And you just put like a drop of the Advanced Night Repair into the foundation, and it makes it less full coverage because Estee Lauder Double Wear is a fuller coverage foundation, and it also makes it slightly more luminous. So I just blend them together, and then I use a sponge or a makeup brush or my fingers, whatever I feel like doing that day, to apply it. I don't know how adding the drop is different than just applying it to your skin first and then going over it with your foundation. I guess it just doesn't thin it out as much if you have the Advanced Night Repair on your skin first. So I do like to blend them together. I do use the Advanced Night Repair at night as well, because that's what it's mainly for. It's supposed to help your skin kind of repair itself. It has a lot of antioxidants in it. I think it has some hyaluronic acid in it and some plant extracts. It's a really good serum, and I actually am a little more than half done with this one, and I decided to go ahead and get the Estee Lauder holiday box, because for the price of that box, it would be the same price to just repurchase the Advanced Night Repair alone. It would be a little bit less, but pretty close. And in that box, you get a full-size Advanced Night Repair, and you get the eye cream and a lot of other really nice products, some more skincare. And there's a warm set and a cool toned set. And I purchased the cool tone set. If you'd like to see it when I get it, I can unbox it or play around with it even. If you'd like to see the makeup products that are in it, just let me know. But it just seemed to make more sense to purchase the beauty box. So that's like one of my birthday is in like a week, 2 weeks, December 12th, like in 10 days. So it's like one of my birthday presents, I guess, to myself, because my husband just asks me what I want, and then I just kind of pick it out. We're like at that point in our marriage, every now and then he'll surprise me with something, you know, like a little pendant or a necklace or something like that. But he always gets me flowers, and he always takes me out to a nice dinner, and we do nice things for each other. But in terms of gifts, you know, he'll just be like, well, pick out what you want, and that suits me just fine. So that's what I decided to do. Okay, this next product I just got from the Company Cosmetics store. I usually like to use MAC Paint Pot and Painterly for my eyeshadow primer, but over the past 6 months, they've had this shade Sink to a Whisper, and I picked one up. This reminds me of the NYX eyelid primer in white that was really popular like 5 years ago. It came in a little pot. That primer made so much sense to me because every time I've painted rooms in my house, if I had help from someone like that worked with the painters selecting colors, they would always tell me to get a white poster board and then put the color on the white poster board and then hold it up to your wall, because whatever color is on your wall currently will change the color. So, you know, they prime it and make it a very neutral color, but white will show the truest color. So that makes sense to me, because if I put this on my eyelids, then whatever eyeshadow I'm going to place on top of it will be the truest color. And so I really like it. It is white, and I like it for that, but I also like it just because it's so brightening. And so one of my favorite looks lately has been doing like a sparkling snow look. And I have two colors, Hot Cocoa and Sparkling Snow. And I love those eyeshadows together. I should show you that eye look. It's a pretty neutral, kind of like wear to work eye look or everyday eye look, but it would also be a really pretty eye look to wear with like a red lip. So your lips are bolder and your eyes are not quite as bold. So having the really bright primer underneath is really nice. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this one. And it really holds my eyeshadow on very, very well. I feel like the paint pots are the best I've tried in terms of holding your eyeshadow in place. and just they don't irritate my eyes and they don't dry out my eyes or anything like that. Okay, I'm super excited about this next thing. I got this during the Anastasia, like Black Friday. Actually, it wasn't Anastasia, it was Sephora, but during the Black Friday. And by the way, I think I saw last night that Sephora currently has like 20% off the store and 30% off the Sephora collection. Take a look. I hope I didn't read that wrong, but I thought, oh my gosh, that's wonderful. We often wait till the Sephora sale, and if you're at the highest tier, Rouge, then you get 20% off. But the way it read to me is that everything's 20% off right now. So I'm like, oh, that's really awesome. But I got this Anastasia Cosmos palette. I've had my eye on this palette for quite some time, and I never pulled the trigger on it, but it was on sale and the price was really, really good. This is what it looks like. It's such a pretty, like, light blue with gold stars Cosmos palette. And this one doesn't come with a brush like many palettes do from Anastasia, but the pans are bigger. So the size of the pans are quite a bit larger than the smaller pans that come in the palettes that are often kind of fuzzy or textured, and then they come with a brush. So I have a lot of those Anastasia brushes already, so I don't mind that it doesn't have a brush, but the pans are bigger, and I think that that's better for most people, a little more bang for your buck. And I have tried this already, and there's so many colors in this palette that I absolutely love. Like, I was going to do this look for you, and I can still do it for you another day. Like, look at that. It's almost, it's like a silvery greenish blue. It's so pretty. And I tried this the other day, like all over my eye, and it came out so pretty. But today I want to do something that's going to match what I have on, and I have my nails like a sparkly pink, and it has like some sparkles in it, and I have on like a lavender sweater. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do a couple other colors that I've tried before that I think are really pretty. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this soft brown right here. It's a really kind of, it's just a really light soft brown. I always compare shades to MAC singles that I'm always really familiar with, and I think that this is like very much like MAC soft brown, if you've ever used it. And that's a great color to have for your transition shade. And it's what I'm going to use it for. I think it's such a pretty shade. And oftentimes when I put on my bronzer, I'll put on my bronzer and then run a little right here just to warm things up and have a nice transition shade that goes with anything else you're going to use. Even if you're using cool eyeshadows, this brown isn't a super warm brown, but it is, you know, a little bit warmer. So it just kind of warms things up, especially if you're like me, you like cool eye looks, but you don't want them to be super, super cool. They just don't really suit my complexion. So having this transition shade is always really nice. And the name of that color in this palette is Space Dust. And now I'm going to take the shade Orion, this one right here, and I'll show you what it looks like. You can see swatches of this palette all over, but look at that. It's so pretty. It goes on best and most pigmented with your finger. So that's what I'm going to do. And it has a little bit of sparkle in it. It's not like overly glittery. It does have sparkle. I think that if you didn't use an eyelid primer or something for it to attach to, just know it does have some sparkles. If you're someone who absolutely avoids sparkles or glitter at all costs, then this won't be for you. This shade will not be for you. Some of the shades are just like that really kind of wet look, like I showed you with this color Mercury, the one that I swatched for you that I love. And some, look at that. Oh my goodness, I have not used that shade yet. That would be a really pretty eyeliner. And then of course you have this other, there's a lot of like really pretty bluey shades. Look at that, oh my gosh. I can't wait to play with this a little more. I'll do another eye look for you using some of those blues and greens because they are amazing. And this one is Copper. And then you have this shade right here that looks really pink, but it's really very kind of lavender, bluey lavender. shade shifter. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. I just love this palette. I think the colors are amazing, and it's really fun to play with color sometimes. So this is a really perfect palette to do that. And I think it would work through all 4 seasons. So I did take that pink on my finger, but I think I'm gonna take a little bit of that Supernova, that kind of bluey one too, and put that like in the center. I'm also going to pick up a little bit more of that soft brown shade. What did I say it's called? Space Dust, on just like this little pencil brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to run a little bit of that beneath my lower lash line. So you guys, I've just been like loving my new dog Kenny so much. He's so smart. I told you all that he's 2, and so I've been trying to train him, and he's learning so fast. I did encounter one problem though. He likes to take a beeline through the bushes next to my house into my neighbor's yard and just sniff all around her yard. So whenever he's outside, I have to go out with him. Okay, now I'm just gonna take like a smaller, like kind of like a crease brush, and I'm gonna take this shade Eclipse right here. It's just a dark kind of mauve-y purple, and it's a matte, and I'm picking that up just on a smaller brush, and I'm gonna pack this in the outer corner. So I've been taking Kenny out on his leash and walking him the perimeter of the yard and trying to teach him where his boundaries are. We don't have a fenced yard, so I have to teach him that. And it's going okay. It's been rainy the past couple of days. All the snow melted. We had this beautiful layer of snow, and the sun was shining, and it was so nice and bright. And Kenny loved the snow. He was so cute. He would just go out there and like start like biting at it and playing in it and just having so much fun with Rosie. But then the past couple of days were kind of dreary and rainy, and I had to like go out with him every day and walk him and try to teach him the boundary. So that was not like the best time of my life, but it was fine. We do have an electric fence that came with our house when we bought it. It had an electric fence. We did get collars for our other dogs when they were younger, and we did teach them we put the flags in the yard and kind of taught them to associate the beep of the electric collar with like they're coming upon the fence itself, which will give them a little jolt, which some people think that's really inhumane. In my experience with my dogs, I'm just using a little bit of the Age Rewind from Maybelline. This is the brightening one. I love this. So with my dogs, they only really needed to experience that like jolt one time, and then they quickly learned. They're just smart and they learn. I know bigger dogs can sometimes run through it. Like they'll just feel the jolt but then keep on going. But that hasn't been the case. But I don't want Kenny to get that jolt yet because I feel like he's really smart and I want to give him the chance. He usually tries to stay right with Rosie or stay by me. So he doesn't seem like a dog that would run other than into the neighbor's yard, which I don't want that to be happening. They have 2 dogs too, and nobody wants someone else's dog just kind of wandering into your yard. My husband and I were just saying that whoever had him before really loved him because he's so smart. He walks on the leash just the way like Caesar Milan wants a dog to walk on the leash with slack. Like they're not tugging. They walk right alongside you, looking at me to get cues and things like that. He's just so smart. Somebody's trained him really well. He sits, like if you tell him to sit, he'll sit. So he does know a few things. He's not like a puppy where he's super rambunctious, but he's puppy enough that he's still pretty playful. And that's exactly what I wanted him to be like. And he is like that. I'm just gonna use some Tarte Shape Tape Extra Creamy. And this is the Angie Hot and Flashy concealer brush from BK Beauty. This is the best concealer brush in my opinion, and I am just gonna really clean this up. You don't have to, you could even leave it just slightly smoky, but I find that with dark shades like this, I really like everything to look really clean This is my Physicians Formula 3-in-1 eyelash booster eyeliner. It has something in it that's supposed to help your lashes grow. I've been using this for years and years. I don't know. I use lash serums or castor oil and things like that too. And I'm just gonna do like a little wing. It's hard to talk when I do this, so I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna curl my lashes and I'm gonna put on Air Brow from Kosas in the shade Auburn, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm gonna put on my Maybelline Sky High. I love this mascara. This is the primer, and I've shown it to you before. It is black, so it doesn't go on like a traditional primer, which is white. And you feel like you already have the majority of your mascara on after you apply the primer. But the primer really does do a couple of things. It really makes the mascara look better. It just does. It makes it, I don't know, it just adds a little more volume, it adds a little more length. And then when I wash it off at night, I notice it comes off better in the shower if I have the primer underneath it. So I really do like to use the primer. There's days where I'm just like, I'm not gonna mess with the primer, I'm just gonna put on the mascara. And I can definitely tell a difference in the way it looks and the way it removes. It's a really good primer. And this one is like Cosmic Black. It's not waterproof. I don't use the waterproof one. I do have it for the summer, like if we were boating or something, but I don't feel that I need it. I do have like an oily orbital area, and a lot of mascaras smear on me, and this one never does. Even though I like to try other mascaras, and you've seen me recently even like trying other mascaras and tubing mascaras, I seem to always go back to this one since I started using it about 2 years ago when it first came out. It's my absolute favorite holy grail mascara. It makes my lashes look just the way I like them, not too spidery. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smear. It's just a wonderful mascara. The one thing I've heard some of you say that you don't like about this, but it's something they kind of brag about, like when they're advertising this, is the flexible brush, how flexible it is. It does have a very flexible brush, but it doesn't bother me at all. It's just really easy to use. And the formula is not too wet that you make a mess when you're applying it. If you haven't tried it, I'd really recommend it. I like this. I like the one in the pink as well. Oh no. Shoo! Ooh, okay, it didn't smear. Why is it that whenever we apply our mascara, we sneeze? And it's always like when it's wet, but luckily nothing happened. So whew, that's what I mean. It's not such a wet formula. It's a really good formula. Okay, the next thing that I want to share with you is something I've had my eye on ever since it came out about 6 months ago, and it's from Lancome. You all know I love Lancome, and it's this. It's the Lancome Louvre palette celebrating women in art, and this is what it looks like. Look how beautiful it is. It's like it's got a masterpiece on the front, and it's got a big mirror, and I've been leaving these films over the mirror because I don't use the mirrors to use the palette anyways, and it blinds you when I show you. But in gold it says Lancome and Louvre on there, and I'll show you the palette in a second. But this is the pamphlet that came with it, and it's like really great, like stock. It's not just like stock paper. This is like really great, like wedding invitation paper, and it has this beautiful embossed gold writing on it. It's like slightly raised. It has a QR code that you can scan, and let me just tell you what it says. It's got a little map here, and this is all in French on this side, and this is in English on this side. So I'm just gonna read this to you. You can just fast forward through this if you're not interested.
But basically it says Corinne, Edmame, Etienne, Francois, Gauss, 1836. Two French houses, Lancôme and the Musée de Louvre, invite you to celebrate the representation of women in art, to better immerse yourself in the endless story of beauty. In this exclusive curation, we want to highlight the sculpture of Corinne, Greek poetess of the 15th century BC, presented near the Corps-Puget, and I'm not even going to try to say the next word, the Richelieu wing of the Louvre. The palette created by Lisa Eldridge, so that's a name we all know. Lisa Eldridge is inspired by the spectacular light of the place, making every shade shine. We believe that beauty reflects your own light, make it shine. And
this is the map, and it has the wing that they're mentioning, and you can read more about it if you scan the QR code, which I have not done yet. But anyways, that's what the pamphlet is. It comes in a beautiful box like this, and when you open it, it's sitting in like a velvet bed. It's like a very soft, like maybe it's not velvet, microfiber foam bed, but it's luxurious nevertheless. And then the pamphlet is sitting in there, and then the beautiful palette. It's so substantial and beautiful, and Lisa Eldridge designed it. It does come with a couple little brushes, like to do the eye makeup part of it. Look at the green. That's what I mean. I probably should do an extra video just doing the eye look, because I'm using this on my face today, so I'm not going to be using this amazing green shade. That's just a light swatch, but look, when you really kind of dig into it, how beautiful that is. I don't think I have anything this shade in my collection. If you go onto YouTube and you search this palette, they'll show videos of like Jessica Chastain and all these beautiful celebrities attending the launch of this, for whatever that's worth. But their makeup looks amazing, and it's been done with this palette, and their dresses are amazing. So it's fun to just kind of watch that, I think. So these are the shades that you get, and I showed you the green, and then this one can be used as a highlighter, or it can be used on your eyeshadow, like for your eyeshadow, especially using the green like in the outer corner, or to line your eye. And then you have this shade, which is like slightly pinker and more rose gold than this shade, which is more champagne. And then you have this shade that looks deceiving. It's kind of a white shade, but it's got like little flecks of like bronzer in it, and it's really kind of pretty. And I like to like kind of use this around the perimeter of my face. And then you have this shade right here, which I like to use as a blush. And you could also use this as an eyeshadow, just like a one eyeshadow look. I probably should have done a video on this palette alone, just because there's so much you can do with it. I probably will share it again coming up. I'm trying to do, not Vlogmas. Some of you asked me if I've ever done Vlogmas, and I haven't. I don't feel like I'm that interesting to post a video every single day. I think you'd all get tired of me by the end of December. So I might just put up another video here and there during the week showing you something small, like maybe just coming on and showing you the eye look, that kind of thing. So watch out for that. I think I'm going to try to do that this December. And so I'm going to take the blush shade, and I'm going to use this just like nice IT Cosmetics blush brush that's slanted. Oh, and something else I wanted to point out to you is that I kind of brushed over some of it already, but you can see this face, like there's eyes, and you could see it embossed in here, and in different places there's different sculptures embossed in the palette. It really is a work of art, and if you're a makeup lover, you would appreciate that. If you're someone who just kind of like, you want your makeup to look good on your face and be nothing more than that, then you won't need this palette. It's expensive, honestly, and it's just a luxury item. It's super pretty though, and I'm really happy to have it. It's not disappointing me, and especially at the discounted price that I got it for. It was waived shipping, and I had the like over $20 off, so it was substantially cheaper than if I paid the full price. So I'm just gonna apply this like I would, like right on my cheekbone and kind of going up into my temple area. And it's not incredibly pigmented, but it's pigmented enough. And you might think, well, if you have a darker skin tone than mine, it might not show up, but I think it would show up better because the contrast against your deeper skin tone would be very, very beautiful. My skin is so pale that sometimes when I use these pale shades, I do have to go with a heavy hand because my skin is so pale, and then you're using like sort of a paler shade, but it adds so much, I don't know, so much brightness. And now I'm going to top this kind of peachier shade that I just showed you with this shade, the more rose gold, kind of using it as a highlight. Oh my goodness, I hope you guys can see that. It's so beautiful. It's so like luxurious and not like at all like a Tin Man. It doesn't have like any glitter or sparkle to it. It just has a sheen, that really pretty reflective sheen. I don't really want to bronze, but I do want to add a little more color up onto my forehead. So I'm going to take this shade that does have the kind of bronzer flecks in it. And I'm just using the A23 brush from Anastasia and adding that. And it does also have a sheen. It's kind of like a highlight, like a more like warmer highlighter. I'm just going to take this little brush from BK Beauty, and I'm going to take this shade right here, which is a very large highlighter. So this will last you a long time. I think even in the summer, it would be very pretty because it has sort of that bronzy glow that we all like in the summertime. And I'm going to just take a little more of this kind of whiter, bronzier one and put it right in the inner corner here. These are really nice together because the Cosmic palette doesn't have that kind of white, sheeny shade that we like here. And just a little bit on the tip of my nose and Cupid's bow. And I hope this translates on camera, just the beautiful sheen and reflectiveness. And it's just so flattering. I mean, it really, the quality does not disappoint. With the eyeshadow, the green shade, I really would like to do another look for you. I can come on with all my makeup done and then just use that on my eyes, because I think that it's really important to show you that too, because this palette can do so much. Even the green just is like a liner with the light color on the inside, or the peachy shade. So pretty together. Okay, now I'm just gonna do my lips real fast with a lipstick color that I have been loving, and it's just like a really pretty pink. And I'm gonna use the 15C pink lip liner from Makeup Forever. This is the Aqua Lip, and this is like a waterproof lip liner. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of lining, nothing crazy. And I have a satin lipstick from MAC in the shade Brave, and I love this. You all know that I like Please Me, the matte pink. This is a satin, and it's a similar shade, a little bit darker, and it's not matte. So it's different, and the color is a little bit different. I think it's really pretty for fall and winter, where Please Me is a little bit of a brighter pink and really pretty in the spring and summer. I was wearing this with my Hot Cocoa and Sparkling Snow eye look the other day. They're kind of neutrally eye look, and I had this on. And I went to Ulta and I was looking around, and I actually got stopped by a sales lady asking me what lipstick I was wearing. And so I just brought her right over by the MAC that they sell at Ulta, and they didn't carry it there. I was looking for it, but you can order this. It's, you know, Macy's always has it on sale, and MAC lipsticks are really reasonably priced. They did raise the price recently. They used to always be $19. Now when they're on sale, they're $17 to $19. But I watch for sales and I load up on my favorite shades. But I think it looks really pretty. I think it's a great way to wear pink in the fall and winter months, because you know I love my pinks. And lastly, I got this last year and I just started using it because I finally finished up my Charlotte Tilbury compact of powder that I love, but I finished it and I'm not going to buy another one until I get through my other powders. I've been liking a lot of pressed powders recently, and I like this one because it reminds me of the blot powder from Clinique or MAC. It's just a very fine powder. It doesn't see, as you can see, it doesn't do anything except maybe set your foundation. It doesn't add anything. And my shade is translucent. It's from the New Year's collection last year. I'm sure they have it again this year. And I'm just kind of setting my T-zone and like my concealer underneath. And that's all I do. It does come with this kind of flimsy puff, really flimsy, which is surprising, but it's in there. And I kind of like that it is in there because if I have it in my purse, I can use that. So for the sake of doing every single thing, doing a full, entirely complete makeup look, I am going to use the Jaclyn Cosmetics Rose Drip. I am almost out of this. This is a really good lip oil, and it doesn't have like a lot of pigment to it, like the Maricat that I got from Merit that will change the color of my lipstick, or I can wear it alone because it's a little more opaque. This is very, very sheer, and I just like to go like this and tap a little bit right in the center and add a little moisture. And now I'm going to bring you in close. And I hope you enjoyed this. Everything that I'm using is pretty new. The Sink to a Whisper paint pot, the white on my eyelids, my Cosmic palette, not an entirely new palette, but new to me. And I think it is Anastasia quality through and through. I love every look I've tried so far, and I'll definitely be sharing this with you more because I can do completely different looks with this one palette, and that's really nice. That's why the colors are just so wearable but colorful, and I like that. And then the Lancome Louvre face palette, and you'll be seeing more of this too. I hope you're interested. And then I finally cracked this baby open, and I really like it a lot. So yeah, the only thing that is like an old staple is this Estee Lauder Double Wear. Oh, and of course the extra creamy Tarte Shape Tape. I forgot how much I love this. And when this is gone, I will purchase it again. Have you guys tried the newer one? There's like a one that's even like more like lighter that they've released. I can't think of what it's called. I'll put it on the screen, but I might pick up that one next time. So thank you for spending some time with me. Let me know if you picked up any new makeup items from the sales that are going on, or just let me know, are you ready for the holidays? How's your Christmas shopping going? I love interacting with you, so don't forget to say hello, and I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. I'll see you next time.